Welcome back to another video. So today I'm gonna teach you some tips that you should know and do so your role models can improve. And yeah, so tip number one is to make sure, or I do this, you don't have to do this, but I usually do this, is to place a lot of plants in your role models. It just makes it a lot more aesthetic and vibey, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Tip number two is to go among the theme you are doing and not place things that are not your theme. So as you can see, my theme is kind of light green, pink, blue, and yellow pastel. There's really, and white. As you can see, there's not really anything that is other colors than that. So I do that. So I only just go for that color and I don't go for any other colors. So tip number three is to place decoration in the empty areas. So at first I started adding the plants and I was like, that's too empty and I wanted more crowded. So I went on and added a lot of things. So I added the skateboard, book, picture frame, things to fill up the space. And you can see I added a thing at the back there and more decorations over here because I did add a chair. Maybe the character will sit there, so I just added some more decorations over here and there. So just be sure to add a lot of decorations where there's empty spaces. Just fill up the empty spaces as much as you even can, so your model will be more interesting to look at. Because if there's not a lot of things, it will be like, that's too plain and I will not use it. So just put a lot of decorations and you will be good. So tip number 4 is to add a lot of decoration to the floor. I don't know if you can see how much I put, but I did put a lot. So everything that is put on the floor is basically what I call floor decoration, because I've seen most people put decorations on tables, but you also want to focus on the floor. So yeah. Tip number 5 is the same as flooring, but for the walls instead. So as you can see, I did add some paintings, so it did not look as plain. Tip number 6 or 5, 6, I think it's 6, is to go into Pinterest and search up. As you can see, I did get a little bit inspo here for the share and all that. So decoration ideas. And you just, as you can see, there's a lot of things you can do. Yeah. So I also recommend you to do that if you're out of ideas in your head. Maybe you can even search pastel, pink, blue, yellow, dark, I don't know. As you can see, there's a lot of decoration ideas for you right here. So yeah, that was tip number 6. Moving on to tip number 7 is that you want to add maybe something that doesn't make sense in your model. As you can see, there's animal things, animal, a bunny, cat. Actually, that's a plushie, but that doesn't matter. Food, even though it's in a kitchen and it's a office. So moving on to tip number 8 is to add stuff outside of your model. I added a tree. I know that's very, very plain, but moving on to tip number 9 is to not make your room model bigger than it should be. like you may think that you want your room model very big. Actually no, you want to like pretty small, like just a good size. So I really recommend to take like a Roblox figure in to see how big, high, wide you want it. So I'm just gonna take this guy right here, and it looks good. As you can see, the size is good and everything, so I'm really happy with the size. I've seen most people make their room mods very big and wide, which I don't recommend doing, but you can do that if you like that, just because you think that people will like put their avatars different areas of the room, so that's why you make it bigger. I don't know if that's what you're thinking, but I don't recommend doing your things that big, because then if you make it smaller, you will not have to decorate so much, and you may have some decoration left over that you can like put places, so it will look more crowded. Yeah, that's my tip. Actually, this is not a tip, this is just like a help thing. So what I've seen people don't know is, why did my Siri turn on? What? A thing I've seen people do, and they ask me in the comments, why when I move my things, it doesn't let it move or stick together. Well, person out there, so you have to look up here. So right over here, collisions, constraints, and joint surfaces. You have probably all of these on. Let me see what they do, what it does when you have it on. So let me just add to it these. As you can see, when you have this on, it will not. What is happening? Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't let you move, and there comes like an incher, like things like, I don't know if you can see it right there. So let me try to take my joint surfaces off. It still won't let me move. Let me take my constraints off. It still won't let me move. Actually, it will let me move, but there's collisions on, so you wanna think this like it's the same as Bloxburg if you don't have advanced placing. See? For example, a class.